JBN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, 2 policemen arrested for robbery of Chinese nationals in Kingston. 2 members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF have been arrested in connection with a multi-million-dollar robbery of 2 Chinese nationals in Kingston. The lawmen are facing charges of robbery with aggravation. It's reported that about 1:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June 6, the 2 Chinese nationals were at their wholesale when they were visited by the 2 police officers dressed in plain clothes. The police officers showed their ID and presented a document that they said was a warrant from the Constant Spring Police for the property to be searched for uncustomed goods. They were granted access to the business establishment. One of the Chinese nationals was sent to the family's living quarters upstairs where a search was conducted. The police officers found and took 8.5 million Jamaican dollars along with $40,000 from a metal filing cabinet and an iPhone 14. The Chinese national objected and told the officers not to take the family's money because it was to pay for accredited goods. The officers reportedly told him the money would be returned and that he should drive behind them to the police station. But as the Chinese national was about to get into his vehicle to follow the policemen, the officers sped off with the money. The iPhone was tracked and was found damaged in the Queensborough community in Kingston. A report was made to the police and the lawmen were later brought in for questioning. Man wanted for murder in New York arrested at home in Portmore. An alleged drug dealer who is wanted in the United States in connection with the 2002 murder of a rival drug dealer was nabbed early yesterday morning. The 41-year-old fugitive, Kenroy Hardy, otherwise called Sharky, reportedly fled the U.S. in 2006 and was in Jamaica operating as a taxi driver. He was captured on Wednesday during an early morning snap raid carried out by a team from the St. Catherine South Division and the Jamaica Fugitive Apprehension Team at his home in the community of Portsmouth in Portmore, St. Catherine. An investigation by the New York City Police Department alleged that Hardy was part of a drug crew that planned and executed the shooting death of Altari Felton on March 27, 2002 in New York. A warrant for his arrest for murder was issued by the United States District Court of New York last July. When Hardy made his first appearance in court for his extradition hearing today, lawyer Chadwick Berry informed the court that the fugitive's attorney, Christopher Townsend, was requesting another date in order to take instructions from his client. Hence, the matter was postponed. Flight attendant held after cocaine valuing $75,000 found in luggage. A flight attendant was arrested after she was reportedly held at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, on Tuesday, attempting to smuggle cocaine. The 47-year-old woman, who reportedly holds dual U.S. and Jamaican nationalities, was detained after cocaine valuing $75,000 was found in her luggage, police said. It was reported that around 12:30 p.m., the woman arrived at the airport and was attempting to board a departing flight to New York. During security procedures, the cocaine, which weighs approximately 1.5 kilograms, was found concealed in her luggage. Operatives assigned to the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Narcotics Division arrested the woman on reasonable suspicion of breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act. Her identity, the police said, is being withheld pending further investigations. Man flees leaving gun and ammunition behind in Portland. One 9mm Ruger pistol with a magazine containing 29 rounds of ammunition was seized during an operation on the Hectors River Main Road in Mansion Hill, Portland, on Wednesday. Reports from the Mansion Hill police are that about 4:20 p.m., lawmen were conducting an operation in the area when a motorist was signaled to stop. He obeyed, but alighted from the vehicle and ran. While running, he reportedly tossed the box before escaping. It was retrieved, searched, and during the search, the gun and ammunition were found. No one was arrested. Investigations are ongoing. St. Elizabeth farmers and residents affected by flooding. Several farmers in St. Elizabeth are counting their losses after floodwater caused by heavy rains on Tuesday washed away millions of dollars worth of crops. A number of communities in the southern section of the parish saw sustained rainfall for more than 4 hours, which affected crops such as melons, tomatoes, and escallion. A melon farmer from Chocolate Hole in Junction said his melon garden was destroyed by the floodwaters. The force of the water will come down. He couldn't really manage. It come and sweep the whole garden, he lamented. The farmer, who said his melon garden was roughly 3 acres, believes he lost about $5 million worth of melon in the flood. Several homes in Bull Savannah were also inundated after heavy rains pelted the community. Cintron Sinclair, a resident of Bull Savannah, said the community is left to the mercy of the elements. We totally flood out right now. About 10 houses were in the little vicinity here, and everything gone. Everybody lose everything inside because the water coming and passed through the house them, he said, noting that the flood came suddenly. When the rain done, you couldn't even walk around yourself, or else you're covered with water. So once you get more rain, it will come straight back up. There's nowhere to move go, and there's nothing you can do about it, he explained. 1 dead, 2 injured in motor vehicle accident in St. Mary. A motor vehicle accident on the Rose St. Main Road in St. Mary on Tuesday night left 1 man dead and 2 others nursing injuries. Dead is Leroy Jones of an unknown address. Jones was sitting in his Honda step wagon, which was parked along the Rose St. Main Road in a westerly direction, when a Honda Civic motor car traveling in the opposite direction collided in the back of the parked vehicle. Jones and his passenger and the driver of the Honda Civic all suffered injuries. They were taken to the Onoto Bay Hospital, where Jones was pronounced dead and the 2 others admitted. The Onoto Bay police are investigating. Speeding is believed to have led to the accident. Policeman accused of robbery outside police station in St. Thomas gets $1 million bail. Police Corporal Glenville Henry, who is accused of robbing a woman of $937,000 in front of the Cedar Valley Police Station in St. Thomas in April, has been granted $1 million bail with sureties. Bail was offered when he appeared before the Yalas Parish Court in St. Thomas on Tuesday. Strict conditions were attached to the bail, including a curfew order. Marshal Thomas, who is charged jointly with Henry, was further remanded. They are to return to court on July 16. The allegations are that the complainant was in front of the police station when a white motorcar drove up. The passenger, who was armed with a gun, came out of the car, grabbed the complainant's bag, ran back into the car, which sped off. A report was made at the police station, and the messages were sent to Henry, who was stationed at the Cedar Valley Police Station, and the policemen at the Londouis Police Station, that the robbers were headed in the direction of Londouis. Henry was seen standing near a motor car, which allegedly fit the description of the getaway vehicle. When questioned by detectives, Henry allegedly made a call that led to the discovery of a large sum of money and a gun at the home of his co-accused. Attorney at law Hensley Williams, in applying for bail for Henry, told the judge that his client should not have been arrested, arguing that the arrested officer ought to be the arresting officer in the case. Williams explained Henry received information through his intelligence network, which led to the recovery of the money and a gun. The men are facing charges of robbery with aggravation, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and possession of criminal property. Alleged murder suspect in murder of 94-year-old in custody. The main suspect in the brutal murder of 94-year-old Kenneth Downer in St. Anne is now in police custody. Downer was murdered on June 1 at his home in Huntley, Brownstown in the parish. Reports are that about 4:18 p.m., an unknown assailant entered his home and demanded money from his caregiver. While the caregiver attempted to retrieve the cash from a drawer, explosions were heard. Downer was later found with gunshot wounds. The police are also urging anyone with additional information to come forward. Lucky Crab employees accused of stealing over $1 million. 2 former employees of Lucky Crab Seafood and Grill in Kingston were hauled to the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday after being charged with defrauding the business of over $1 million. Sarita Smith and Melissa Bogle were both slapped with the charges of conspiracy to defraud and larceny as a servant. They pleaded not guilty to the offenses. The court was told that the women, who were employed as floor supervisor and cashier, respectively, conspired and defrauded the complainant of $1,875,000. Both accused women were reportedly seen on video taking the money. After being arrested, Bogle said, "The money I talk about, me never take none tonight." While Smith told the police, "About 60,000 I'm taking all. Me share it with the 2 away, and from February we start taking." Smith reportedly asked if she could pay back the money. During the proceedings, Smith and Bogle were offered bail in the sum of $300,000 with 1 to 2 sureties after the Crown revealed that they were not interested in opposing bail. They were also ordered to surrender their travel documents, and a stop order was placed at all ports. Chief Judge of the Parish Courts, Chester Crooks, also ordered the accused woman to not contact or interfere with the business place, and Smith is to report to the nearest police station on Saturdays, while Bogle is to report on Thursdays. They are to return to court on July 26, when it is expected that the case file will be completed and disclosure made to their defense counsels. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and help with the growth of the channel.